My brief was to talk about the future of research in the faculty, but I couldn't really do that without saying something about the past. Because although the faculty was established only in 2009, it has deep roots going back to the foundation of the university in 1964 and to the early schools of English, history, philosophy and politics, and languages. We're very fortunate that some of the staff in these schools who joined the university in the 1960s, 70s and 80s and who laid the strong disciplinary research foundations of the current faculty are still associated with us as emeritus or current staff members. I want to mention Jill Rowe, who you've heard from, Emeritus Professor of History, who I remember from when I first arrived at Macquarie in 1990, which is actually a long time ago, but it sounds very recent compared to 1967. And I do remember Jill and her very witty and sometimes fiery contributions to our school meetings. Also want to mention Professor John Stevens from English, a world-renowned expert in children's literature who's here tonight, Emeritus Professor Edwin Judge and Professor Alana Nobbs, who helped to develop ancient history as a flagship research discipline in the faculty. And I want to mention Distinguished Professor Naguib Kanawati, who founded Egyptology and established Macquarie as the first and only Australian university with a licence to dig in Egypt's Nile Valley. Emeritus Professor Murray Goot, one of the faculty's most successful ARC grant applicants. It's always an important thing when you're Associate Dean Research. And Professor David Christian over here, who was yesterday announced as one of the university's new distinguished professors and who's led the world in developing the field of big history. So these roots are really important for understanding the position of the faculty today and the research across the faculty's 11 departments. So since 2009, the faculty has really come into its own, and just a few facts and figures. We've won $14.5 million in external grant income, including $4.3 million last year in 2013 from the Australian Research Council. 17 of our staff have been awarded competitive ARC fellowships, including 8 future fellowships, and 4 of these are held in the Department of Philosophy. Collectively, this might be of interest to you, we've published over 2,200 books, book chapters and refereed journal articles in the last 5 years. We host 2 Macquarie University Research Centres, the Ancient Cultures Research Centre and the Centre for Agency Values and Ethics, and we have 3 faculty-based research centres, the Centre for Media History, the Centre for Environmental Law, and the Centre for Ancient Numismatic Studies, which holds the largest collection of ancient coins in the Southern Hemisphere. And in the last Excellence for Research in Australia assessment, we achieved a rating of 4 out of 5 in the disciplines of law, communication and media studies, historical studies and philosophy. Our research has also had significant impact, from the award-winning documentary films of our colleagues in media to the contributions to law reform by our colleagues in law and the work of our colleagues in anthropology supporting HIV/AIDS intervention in Southeast Asia. And I could go on, to mention a lot more. That's just a really small snapshot of the research. So I think these achievements, which lie in the kind of strong roots going back to 1964 and in the faculty's more recent history, have helped to put us in a very strong position to meet the challenges that lie ahead. Today, as some of you know, Professor Saki Pretorius, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research, launched Macquarie's Strategic Research Framework, which will guide development in research across the university until 2024. And it outlines some very ambitious stretch goals and targets for growing our research income, increasing our publication output, and increasing the number of higher degree research completions. It also emphasises the importance of cross-disciplinary research for meeting local, national and global challenges. As a faculty, we've identified 13 cross-disciplinary research clusters under the overarching university research priority of resilient societies. And the aim of this research priority is to understand cultures in our changing world and to build ethical, just and inclusive communities. Our 13 clusters build on our disciplinary strengths, but will help to forge new cross-disciplinary collaborations, both within the faculty and with other faculties in the university. And I think a major focus of our endeavours over the next few years is going to be developing these collaborations both within the faculty and also across the university. So I'm really looking forward to working with my colleagues across the faculty to build on and extend our research strengths and to demonstrate why our disciplines are so crucial to a strong research-intensive university and also more generally to building resilient societies. Thank you.